Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Frostpunk 2 as we're attempting our deathless run here on steward difficulty in the main campaign. We do have an impending whiteout that is a little over 10 weeks out. I think it's probably closer to 15, 16. We did get the preparing for the whiteout quest complete before the whiteout arrived. And we've got so much food and stuff stockpied that we've actually just started turning districts off. We're not making any materials in the main district, in the main city, because we don't need any. We're not making food because we don't need any. We're technically stockpiling goods. We'll probably, once the storm arrives, we'll turn some of that back on. Might want to do some stuff to warm these districts up. Yeah, they're gonna have difficulty come the storm. The storm's gonna be I believe, a 5-degree drop. So this will be an issue because this district literally can't get that warm. Although it's in, they're both warm. All three of these are warm, right? So I'm gonna go up 5, but I can run on chili, so we can subtract 3 off. So yeah, I need +1 heat. So I do need to, as we get prefabs, I'm gonna have to start insulating these districts because I'm just not gonna have the temperature to operate them during the storm. And we need to a limited degree, I do need to operate them during the storm. But let's go in and pause. I've got an idea of what we need to be doing shortly here. Yeah, we're stockpiling oil. I'm actually making too much coal. We're not extracting any coal from the main city right now. It's all coming in from the lesser districts. You're a bit grumpy. Can I appease you with a promote? Yes. And right now we're good on heat stamps, so I'm not going to go hat in hand to collect some heat stamps. I'm actually held up by goods. That's not my industry district. There's the industry district. I mean, it's just industry district right now is making 22 a week. The baseline is another 30. So in theory, I could probably get some more prefabs. Pressing that button. Nah, a little bit short there. I'd rather keep the goods stockpiling. We got enough to start some insulation, so let's do the insulation on this one. And yeah, I think I need to... We got the text that we needed done real fast, all done. So we're probably going to let the trust start to recover from rushing text.
Recess has ended. The council sits again.
Okay, are there any laws I want to propose? Those are good. Those are good. Those are good. I'm not going to be able to get that passed without some major hand-holding because of my low trust. We're going to have to wait for the trust to recover. What I could do is do an opinion buff on one of the factions by giving them the agenda. So let's do that.
Steward.
You don't want the agenda. You're the one who was most interested in trying to give it to.
We're a steward. Steward.
We'll give you the agenda next. And they want to swap to family apprenticeships from the current law, which is mandatory schooling. I am not going to help or oppose them. Once accept that it does what it does.
The votes are in.
And it does not pass. That's fine.
Fails.
The big thing there was I gave them the agenda, which buffs their opinion, and they got their agenda. By your leave. Steward, the pilgrims have decided to send their strongest travelers out before the whiteout in search of the surrounding area for supplies. With their parkers under their shields, they intend to walk the Frostlands unscathed, united under one tent and guided by their prophet's vision. They don't appear to be asking. So they're going to supply their journey, let them leave, or stop them. We will supply their journey. This is presumably going to give us, because it has a cost, the best outcome. exploration done.
Our scouts have charted a new territory.
Okay. We got enough prefabs, so we can go ahead and get insulation of that district. I'm going to need to retain enough working exploration teams to run my outposts. The outposts are connected and should continue to run through the Whiteout, but I need to keep them operational. Where? There's the place we explored. Hot Springs. We're gonna do their quests for them at some point. We can offer to take the infants. We'll actually come back. I don't think taking the infants in the middle of the Whiteout is the best plan. Best plan of approach. At a 10 difficulty there, we probably do that. Leaves me with a 20. There's a 20. Let's do the 20. And then back into the city. And then pause for at least a week, so we get enough prefabs to do installation of the district. Yeah, we are prepared for the Whiteout, other than probably insulating districts that we want to keep warm when the Whiteout arrives. And that's limited by prefabs. So we can look at the temperature, right? So the more steps on it, the more I'm already heating. So most of our interior area here is fairly well heated already. Will not need help. It's the exploration, the logistics districts are going to need it. Probably want to do it on the coal districts as well, because we'll probably want to turn those on when the storm is here. Definitely don't have a temperature reading on them while they're off. And your one's step too high, that's easy enough to fix. I suppose there's even an argument to expand this one. This one isn't full size. Okay, good enough to do insulation. Let's do another one. We'll do it on the whole district this time. Again, we want to at least be able to keep all the districts chilly. Ideally warm, but chilly would be plan B. Kind of the best way to think about it. In fact, actually, the cold districts, I probably don't want anything more than chilly. We will accept that they are chilly. They're not worth heating to livable. We see the Whiteout slowly approaching.
The pilgrims offer their services as guides to all travelers. They will share their knowledge of Frostland lore.
Okay.
Steward? Honorable steward.
Some more guards.
Steward.
Gotta keep crime under control, and we're gonna need that for chapter 5. Okay, you're warm enough, we can save some fuel here. And you're warm enough, we can save some fuel over here. At least until the Whiteout arrives. Now, we're in kind of the awkward position of... I don't have any storage for the coal until the storm arrives. Oh, you're the one I'm upgrading. I haven't upgraded. Oh, no. You're... Okay, so I did the second one. Next is probably going to be you. Keep you running relatively cost-effectively. You're also good to keep warm.
Our scouts have surveyed new areas.
Okay. So we're at the point where I think we want to keep the scouts in until after the storm. So we're not going to send them out again. We want to repair the heating systems. We do not have the prefabs for that. I could trade for goods. Food for goods. That's a pretty decent trade. We'll do that quickly. Because they should be able to complete that trade before they return.
The council has convened and awaits the steward's proposal.
Okay, let's go for another vote. Let's hand it this time over to the stalwarts. Oh, so right side doesn't want any votes. The left side might not be able to get them through. I suppose if I'm just going to be handing it out, it's going to be these guys then. Oh, they won't want to do it for another week. Okay, so then it is these guys. I just want to hand out my agenda, so we'll just do that. And they're actually going to be able to get it passed. We're swapping from mass-produced to durable. Which right now will probably reduce the number of heat stamps we're making, because we'll be supplying less goods, but we'll be able to stockpile more.
Have spoken. The law takes effect.
Or, which I think what we will do, is now I need less. I can swap you... Oh, that's still a pretty big swing. Never mind. And the Frostland just got there. Check.
A law has passed in the council.
Law has passed the council. Take heed, is I think what the full quote was, before I accidentally muted the back half of it by whiting the thing. Tempted to go advanced workplace insulation. The places that need the insulation the most, armor workplaces. Because of all the agency I've got on the housing. It is pretty expensive at 400, but we'll pay for that. I think that is strong enough to warrant the bill.
Please, in the Central District for updated maps.
Please queue.
Our scouts have charted new territory.
Please queue in the Central District for updated maps. Our scouts have explored new territory. Shipwrecks camp. I can shut it down. I can send materials. We're gonna come back later. And yeah, other than maybe bringing these people back, that's actually a pretty boring place for us because I don't really want to interact with those options. Okay, so we can tell it's getting a bit grungy here. The storm is approaching. Do I want to work the materials and food districts during the storm? I'm gonna assume no. Although I think the housings are... I've already done the insulation on the housing, haven't I? Yeah. They'll need more heat during the storm, but we are prepared because we've done the insulation. So then it comes down to, do I want to insulate the housing or the food or the materials? And I think because we're getting enough in from outside that I don't need to. The other thing to do is pop over here. I've done you. Have I done... I've done you. I haven't done... Oh no, you've even been done. Okay. And you're not going to get any colder. Drop you to Chile. That gets me more oil I can ship. Which I'll do. I'll ship a little bit more oil back to the main city. And we're actually stockpiling food here. So yeah, I'm not going to expect to turn the food districts on because I don't need to. Yeah, that's a pretty big swing. I'm not making enough to really want the swing. I don't need the prefabs that badly. We're going to want it for expansion and stuff. Okay, we're going to do that insulation. That'll immediately apply to every industrial district when it's done. Definitely worth doing. I think you have to specifically be in an industrial district. Otherwise, it should be more interesting to do. Yeah, alright, we're just waiting for the storm to arrive. Crews that are going to be here for the storm are back already. We're going to lose some when the temperature goes down, because we're going to lose the warm bonus and all the logistics depots. But they should be warm enough I can operate them at chilly for the storm duration. Here's the Whiteout.
Seek shelter and prepare for the worst. A Whiteout nears.
The Whiteout doesn't near. The Whiteout is here. Yes, I think that is just enough. Ooh, cold. I was hoping for it to be chilly, but cold is enough for the emergency here. Yeah, I don't have the headway to actually get them to livable. Okay. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, that should be operational. Shouldn't have too much of an issue like that. And yeah, I can shuffle some of the food surplus back from the old dreadnought. Like do the. But we're still doing the transfer, so it's fine. We've got food stockpiles, we're not worried. Yeah, the insulation will come in, and that'll warm these up from cold to chilly. Given that those are chilly, I don't think these would be considered warm. I can turn them on, let's see. Freezing, I can get them as warm as cold. Don't need the coal that badly, so we will... Yeah, I need enough fuel to go 30 weeks, let's say. Oh, I actually arguably don't have enough of just the coal. We will need to use the oil. Although the oil's filling up. So we got coal plus oil. I'm not going to worry right now. If anything, I can probably turn one of you off. Yeah, I don't need these teams. Let's turn this one off. That saves me a little bit of fuel. I'm not getting any adjacency bonuses, so there's maybe an argument to turn off the industry. I've got enough goods. So I could turn the industry off, warm the place up, or to reduce fuel consumption. You know, although I want the goods. Well, we'll keep going as is. We will weather this storm, come out the other end relatively strong.
windburst is incoming! Shelter in place!
Okay, we've got the council. The council up to help. Martial law would still be a bit hard to pass. We haven't regained enough trust. You're probably not interested in any laws. Yeah, no. You might be interested because you've had your law swapped out.
Steward.
We're looking at you for the law. I want to get a law passed. What promises would you want? Research, build, pass. I don't actually want all outsiders.
Steward.
Steward.
We will go ahead and grant you the agenda, though. I don't think they're going to win on their vote. Contagion prevention. Ooh, I don't want them to win this vote, but I'm not going to move against them to stop it. I still don't think they're going to win.
Hear ye,
Yeah,
hear ye, the noes have it.
Last 257 weeks. We got enough food. The only concern is, are we going to run out of fuel? I don't even think we're going to run out of fuel. So I suppose for the moment here, we're just sort of hunkering down and gathering supplies. I don't really have anything I want to improve in the city. Waiting for technology to happen, and... Well, I suppose what I would improve in the city... we'll do insulation district here. These districts aren't being turned on at the moment, but if they were, we'd want them more. And even once the cold is gone, we're going to want them insulated, so we'll insulate them while thinking about them. And then at this point, I can just turn the speed up. Some people are getting sick from the cold in the industrial district. Isn't surprising. We've got an event here.
Steward. Steward.
Till human voices wake us. Pilgrim, steward, there's been unusual development. Some steward elders claim the winds of the Whiteout call for them to ease the city of their burden. The gale is strong enough to carry them to the afterlife. The request we cease caring for them. Effectively, they're asking for assisted suicide. The steward blames the pilgrims' caretakers for planting these ideas. My nan never gave two shits about heaven before, one said. Now she's some sort of martyr. They've been asking for death for months in this Whiteout. A pilgrim pushed back. If they actually visit the elders, they'd have known that. So I can dismiss the caretaker, in which case we get greater ratio of active workers, lowers the opinion of the pilgrims, or we can allow them to die. I'm not going to do the bottom one here, because we're trying to do this deathless. And I suspect that those deaths would be counted against my deathless run. No, we have the resources to take care of our elders. We will not give up on them yet.
If you're unsure whether foraged food additive is safe for consumption, consult your local scout office.
Another vote proposal up.
Of the city, the council gathers.
Council gathers. So again, I don't think these guys have anything they want to propose.
Steward.
Hear us, steward. Steward.
Yeah, no.
Hear us, steward. Steward.
Steward.
And the Frostlanders at this point are appeased. Okay, so the only person we could grant that, only group we could grant that to is you guys. And you can't do it for another week. And then the rule vote, I think, is... Yeah, until our trust comes back, that's a no-go. Post-storm, we can probably do that, but during the storm, it's not going to be so great. Well, I'm going to go ahead, and I haven't used the overdrive in a while. Let's start up the overdrive. It sort of indirectly allows me to save some fuel and improves the working conditions in places. We're not going to be able to run that for very long. That'll make the fuel go a little farther. Allow us to heal our sick, so our sick has recovered. Our researchers have completed their latest projects, so that has improved the warmth in the industrial districts that we insulated earlier. So now all the working districts are at least livable, if not actively warm. Again, I think we have enough fuel. We're about to run out of coal, but that just means we'll swap over to oil. Also, I question how advanced housing insulation would be the next thing I'd do to get more sort of fuel efficiency. And I question how much of a difference this would make at this point. Partially because it would be a bit late. On the other hand, I do need to work towards prisons. Where are prisons? Behind the watchtower. So I do need to watchtower into prison. And then we need to work into automated labor, I think is up past worker composition. Or is food demand for some trust? We'll go worker rations. That's going to not piss off the two extremist factions. Has it been a week?
Steward.
It has. So we grant you the agenda. You're going to bring up to a vote something that's probably not going to pass, except all outsiders. But let it vote.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Although they're getting closer to making something fast. And then we turn up the game suite. So we try to weather the storm here. We've run out of coal, we're now on oil.
Steward.
Triumphant return! Steward, the pilgrims who left to search the Frostlands for supplies have returned. Thanks to your generosity, they were able to rescue a group of Frostlanders who had been eking out a meager living amongst the ice. They brought them back to the city as well as a hefty supply of food. Food and people. And yeah, we've got fuel at the current rate for 27 weeks. The whiteout will last less than 20. So we are good, although we might even make the overdrive last that long. Not sure how long the overdrive will last. We're going to turn it off and cool the place down.
Beware of frostbite. Keep your face and ears covered.
Oh, we got an event. Let's see the event. Oh, it's going to be one of those situations where I gotta Pick a different zoom level to get them not overlapping. There we go.
Steward.
Unfair democratic process. Grant agenda. Steward, the representatives of the pilgrims have arrived at your office with an official complaint. We know it's blatant manipulation. It isn't, said one of them. What is the point of being granted agenda for our propositions never passed? This process and the council are meaningless. They accuse the council of rigging votes to ensure their agenda is always blocked. They are demanding that the next session be free of blatant manipulation and insist on a fair vote. The pilgrims have granted agenda many times and their propositions have repeatedly failed to pass. We need to make sure their voice is heard. Swear to cease manipulations. Or it's just democracy. So I think I need to grant. If I were to go this first one, I think I'm gonna have to grant it and then pass it. We'll do that. We'll actually help them get something through.
Citizens, our researchers have completed their latest project.
Okay. Oh, one of the things up here. It's behind worker shift. Never mind, I'm in the wrong tree. So we've got machine-centric shift on one side and weather-adjusted shift on the other. I'm gonna start researching this one. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll be able to write out the rest of the whiteout here before having to turn the overdrive off.
The council, with an agenda set by the delegates.
Okay, so we got an agenda, and the whiteout is over. It's dropped five temperature levels, although in the near future we can see it's going to drop 2 more. So it's going to go back down. So I want you on, and not absurdly warm. Although warm is nice. Warm is nice. We've apparently insulated some of our districts here that without the whiteout here, they don't need heating. So there we go. We have weathered the whiteout. We got something up for a vote. Worker rations. I would like this to pass. I may need to do some negotiation to get this to pass. Heat moderation. They hate moderation. They want this as an active promise. Okay, so I've got to get the New Londoners about. So I got to propose that I do something for them. They want me to fund their projects. And even this is not necessarily going to be enough to pass it, but we'll go ahead and bring it for a vote. Under those terms. 42 before we deal with the undeclared, and yeah, not enough to get a pass.
The measure fails.
I will still meet my requirements here and fund your projects. Oh, that was raised. I raised funds from them, which is the opposite. Well, or then we're going to turn around and give it back to them. Here you go. That works. Raise funds from them, give it back to them. And from the Frostlanders, we'll raise some funds here so we have some funds to play with.
Steward.
You're going to want the grant agenda in 2 days. I can unpause and let that happen.
Steward.
Steward.
It isn't, but sure. So I need a little bit more food. Actually surprising. Oh, we got more people in, that's why. I'm like, why do I need more food? Because you got more people in. More people need more food. Fair enough. And we'll bounce it back towards the main city until the stockpile's full. Okay, and then we get out exploring. Next location, the mountains. Yeah, we got the mountains out that way. Go with the 20. And I could do some stuff. Might be able to build the road up the high pass. So to rebuild the station, I'm going to get a road to it. There's a trail to the city. It does technically only need to be a trail. Oh, I could send out the expedition to the valley. Let's do that. Let's do the explorations first. Okay, so we're positive on everything. Except maybe the opinion of some of our factions.
Steward.
On some of your projects to make you happier. And promote you.
Steward.
We're a steward. Steward.
Promote you some.
Steward. Steward.
And that would be the end of Chapter 2. Pilgrims, neutral, 24% of the population. Whiteouts, still a threat. Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but the return of the whiteouts has sobered even the brashest amongst us. We cannot rely on just one city to survive the Pilgrims army. The whiteouts are still a danger. We must settle strong, sheltered locations, and there's nothing stronger than a site with the foundations of a generator in place. Like Winterhome. A cursed place, but large enough to support a growing population. The roots of its generator still hold strong in the frozen earth. If New London falls to whiteouts, we all fall. We need to settle Winterhome as our second city. Or we must change our plans. Chapter 3. Return to Winterhome. We should take time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterhome will pose significant challenges. Colonize Winterhome. Past the gorge in the Cursed Valley lies the failed city of Winterhome. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years, yet it is the only place we know of that can support our second city. We must reach Winterhome and chart the area around it. And I should be at the point where you can accept a agenda. Yeah. And then I must assure that whatever this vote is passes, which might have some consequences. Is there anything I can do to relieve squalor with my existing buildings? So, housing... I could do moss filtration tower. Okay.
Steward.
I already got a promise from you, so it can't be you.
We're a steward. Steward.
Do you want me to build a moss filtration tower? I don't really need any more survivalist headquarters, so I'm not going to go that way. Don't need the better food building. Don't need expedition support. So we're going to decline to promise anything because you don't want what I want. Journaling to improve our memory. Former engineer. The minutes, the hours, the days rot inside me. I feel it, I smell it, I cannot escape the rancid stench of time. My name is Maria. I am an endless maw who visits me. My name is M-A-R-I-A-A. I eat, and I eat, and I eat, and I eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. I wonder if the pilgrim women will bathe me today. I wonder if we'll have cake today. They will not let me die. Pilgrims will never forget that we forced the elderly to live against their wishes. Well, that's just not the way we're running. Let's get one moss filtration tower out to deal with the, reduce the squalor a bit. Yeah, we are in many ways prepared, so I'm trying to get through some technology. I could build more research labs to proceed through the technology faster. But that's going to take up some of my limited build slots, which I don't really want to do. I've got like 3 techs I need to do.
Pilgrims will be hosting ice baths and cold.
Oops, I thought you were off. Okay, so we turn you off. Means a whole bunch of the city's going to have to go one heat level. I say a whole bunch of the city. It's actually not that much. The city needs to go up 1 level. Good thing I noticed the warning sign. I was like, what does the warning sign mean? But the warning sign means that what part of the city is the generator is not appreciative of your current stress level.
The Research Institute has proposed a new idea.
Okay, so we got worker shifts. Unanimated workforce. City's not moved enough towards progress to envision this. Okay. So we're going to be a bit slow in Winterhome, if that's the case. Next up is watchtowers. We're just going to go generic watchtowers here.
In the Central District for updated maps. Our scouts have charted new territory.
Scouts have charted new territories. We'll go and explore those territories. The ruins of Tesla City. The looming remains of the city once famed for its technological marvels, this place has a bad reputation. It has been picked clean over the years, but our surprise, the scouts have uncovered a yet undiscovered chamber. It houses a mechanical calculator powered by coal-to-oil converter. It remains active, though no one can know when it's calculating. We can either remove the converter to replicate in New London, though this will deactivate the machine, or we can send a team here to use the machine to boost our research. Let's take the research buff. And I can connect that to presumably get a better research buff. Okay. Mysterious Tower. Tall towers can be spotted on top of these peaks. Further exploration has been hindered by constant winds and shearing glaciers surrounding the site. Our scouts have noted that some tunnels by Tesla City head in this direction. We could head off an expedition to try to reach the site underground. Sends a explorative expedition. Okay, we'll come back later. The captain's mine. The captain himself ordered this mine dug as New London's coal began to dwindle, but its hastily laid trail has lost to a whiteout. The mine shafts are marked with the miners' final farewells to their family. And it is coal. It is not a renewable source of coal, so I can't mine there infinitely. So if I don't need it, we should avoid it for the moment. Purification pass. I can't do anything here because currently the storm is over. I can take the core, or we can take everything. We probably want to go with the everything option by sending 30 teams when we do go there. Now we got an ox herd if I need more food. Okay, so I think we're good to out for the expedition here. Send that off. Find out what that does. Okay, we're on pause. We're about to have the law pass come up from...
The Council has convened with an agenda set by the delegates.
The agenda set by the delegates. So they want free essentials passed. And we will make it happen. So the only people that will negotiate are the Frostlanders. We'll have to negotiate with the Frostlanders. They want their projects funded. Sure.
Hear ye, hear ye. The proposed law has been approved.
The Pilgrims are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. And then the Frostlanders... want me to fund their projects.
Steward.
Steward.
Meet their demand. There we go. And then we've got a grant agenda demand on New London, which we'll go ahead and do.
Steward.
So our trust is recovering. More and more and more trust. I may be able to try to pass martial law the next time we get an open agenda, although that won't be the next one. Meantime, I do have the materials to expand you. Let's do that. That'll get me a few more teams. There we go. So that's the expedition, I think, done. So what was the result? Tesla crater. Our scouts reached the end of the tunnel and found an isolated crater and unpowered electrical towers on top of sheer cliffs to all sides. At the bottom of the crater is a frozen lake, structures frozen beneath the ice. Our geologists suspect the lake is not natural, but formed after a flash of heat melted the snow on the nearby peaks and flooded the crater in the valley. We have no idea what could have released so much heat, but it seems old Tesla was up to something big here. We set up an outpost, maybe we could dig down into the ice and salvage some structures for parts. An outpost here could supply prefabs to New London. Okay, except that we need to do that at some point. And that is a set up the outpost, and for 40 weeks is going to make over 40 or 400 weeks is going to in theory make 400 output or 400 prefabs. Okay. Getting you set up, and I might as well set up the prefab one as well. Well, I might want to do... okay, never mind. That's going to wait until we get a better route. Let's explore the meadows, and thinking that'll hopefully have a better route.
Steward.
Pressure point, Winterhome. Steward, the stalwarts have organized a volunteer unit to repair some of the damage done during the Whiteout, and are using the opportunity to pitch their alternative plan for Winterhome. There is still time to mine Winterhome for its cores, to perfect the generator, one stalwart says. We know the steward will make the right call, and the city will be ready for it. However, the Pilgrims claim the stalwarts are purposely scavenging Pilgrim-affiliated structures for the materials. This is an outrage. They aren't repairing the city, they're just doing this all to spite us. Pilgrims demand you put an end to this before others join the stalwart cause. I can stop the repairs. Stalwart fervor is increased. Gain impression from Pilgrims. We'll stop the repairs. That's my job. We'll fix things that things need fixing.
Steward.
22 weeks before I can remove that fervor. Okay, and then I can do some interesting promises here. So make promise. I will agree to deploy the Seers.
Steward.
Meeting their demand. Pilgrim Seers have revealed much about the Frozen Bay territory, revealing something. That's where we need to... Well, that's what the direction it wants us to go. Trying to think about... It said something about the Frozen Bay, and I'm trying to find the Frozen Bay. I'm not sure if they actually mean anything with that. It was also food, which I don't need. It's not the end of the world. And we're also partially hoarding resources. When we do move to Winterhome, we will need to build a lot of things very quickly. So rather than slowly advancing to the tech tree, and picking stuff out of the Frostlands. We're preparing for a lot of motion. Apparently, a population increase. A broken vow. Steward, the new learners are furious that the mass-produced goods law is no longer enforced. They wish to remind you of the vow you swore to enact this law. Keeping this vow and earned you the significant goodwill of their members. Breaking it now has pushed them towards hostility. I can ignore it, or I can agree that we're going to put the law back. Okay. I'm not sure if I actually have the timing to do that. We'll find out tomorrow.
Steward.
Faction rally. Bursting with support, the streets fill with pilgrims as they praise your name and call upon the rest of the city to rise for you as well. Pilgrims have begun rallying in support of you and the direction you've led the city. Their devotion attracts more followers, and the rallies grow in size and enthusiasm. We'll have them contribute more heat stamps.
Neighbors kindly ask rally attendees to keep all applause to a reasonable volume. The Research Institute has proposed a new idea.
Research Institute has proposed a new idea, and we're going to follow that up with good old generic prisons. Got 5 teams available for something. Oh, because I did the expansion, yeah, so with the expansion done. You're hooked up. I need 10 teams to create the settlement, which means if I pull the crew back from there, I can create the settlement, which we'll do. And then I only need 10 more gets it upgraded, so we fully upgrade that. We turn it back on. Research speed greatly increased. More people live among us. We still have the housing, so that's not a problem. We are a little low on oil production.
Our scouts have surveyed new areas.
Our scouts have surveilled new areas. Okay. The abandoned camp. Scavenge what remains for a bunch of prefabs. And silver automata. Under the snow lies the convoy of automations with a livery, imperial livery, and tarnished silver hulls. The machines seem to have come from the Ashtop Mountains. The scouts managed to decipher the last instructions. If no one arrives, seek survivors. Scouts are confident they could repair the automatons to work in New London, otherwise they could repurpose them for their cores. I want the cores. Pick the cores back. Salvage what remains. And we'll connect trails. Okay, but still way expensive because of the giant mountain range in the way. But it'll be done relatively quickly. I suppose I should do the pump jacks, is what I should do. Traction hydraulic pump jack for some more oil. Yeah. Let's pop back to the main city. Let's see if I can get anyone to take it as a promise. Would technically probably be most likely on you. But you're not interested in that.
Steward.
Steward.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to... no promises can be handed out to get this done. I'm just gonna build one. And I'll provide us with more oil to support holding more places out in the Frostlands.
Hear us, steward.
Broken vow. Paid essentials. Well, I'm gonna have to ignore someone. I guess it's gonna be the stalwarts.
The floor is open for debate.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fail in the mass-produced goods anyway.
The council convenes.
I could get this through by negotiating with the Frostlanders. I am... Actually, let me see what the Frostlanders want. A lot of stuff that I don't want to do. Okay, so we're just going to let it vote. We know it's going to fail if we don't negotiate with anyone.
Hear ye, hear ye. The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
9 weeks, 7 weeks. Okay, so if I want to achieve that, I kind of do. I need to press this button, which is going to Russian relations with all communities. We'll do it. Construct a building. I can definitely construct that building. Whether we use it or not, it's a different problem.
The votes are in. The measure passed.
The delegates have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
Okay, so you're done. We got surplus oil. Let's ship some more oil to the main city. Something like that. And then because I'm consuming more stuff, we need to send more stuff here. That's something to do. Like so. "15 teams. We're still working on that road. Do I need 10? Because I need to build a road up to you. Oh, do I have enough prefabs for you? I do. Repair the heating station. Creates a food harvesting site. The hot springs will be pleased. And then I need the road repaired up to you. There we go. Frostlanders demand met. More trust. So I'm now at kind of the trust level where I think we have a decent chance of trying to get the martial law rule passed. It's probably too early for
Steward.
promote. Get rid of that. Yeah, 11 weeks out. Got a frontier flock. Because of expansion out in the frontier. Okay. You were running, that's why that's got into frontier flock. Finish up this road like so. We rebuild the station, and then we can access the springs. Like so. And I think with that, not too worried about expanding that location right now. But with that, I think we're at a good place for a part break. We've weathered the Whiteout. We're beginning the process to recolonize Winterhome. And I need to sort of resist spending all my money. But yeah, I think we're in a pretty good stead for arriving at Winterhome, prepared to do what must be done to recolonize Winterhome for Chapter 4. So if you're watching on YouTube, we will have another part up tomorrow. We may reach Winterhome tomorrow. We'll see how quickly we get through Chapter 3 here. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break here so we can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we will be back to record another day. Or another part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.